guys, this is KC back again with another piano tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about tritones. Now in this video, we're going to cover 3 different levels. My first level will be for my absolute beginners, and then we'll gradually get a little bit more difficult, okay? Because I want to simplify your musical journey. So step 1 or level 1, let's talk about what a tritone is. Here's a C. And the reason why they call it tritone is because there are 3 whole tones. Now, if you don't know what a whole tone is or a whole step, here's C, here's a half step up, and that's a whole step or a whole tone. Here's C, here's a whole step or a whole tone, here's one more whole step or whole tone, and lastly 3, skip. We'll call it a 6 tone. Why do I say that? Because there's 6 notes. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the cool thing about it is if C is here, we can go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same note. Or they call this a F sharp tritone because here's F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or F sharp whole tone. Whole tone. Tritone. All right, so now you guys understand why they call it a tritone. Tritones sound kind of goofy without having anything else added to them. So let's talk about the one chord that we're all going to use throughout this video. Here's a C major chord, and my formula for this chord is -2 + 2. That's all there is to it. Now, you're probably thinking, what is -2? Well, here's C, because we want to do this chord in C. Go -2, so 1, 2, and then +2. Here's C, 1, 2. So you get this sound right here, this type of chord. Now, again, you all know I use untraditional, I was about to say traditional theory. I use untraditional theory. All of these formulas that I come up with, I come up with them. So -2 + 2. Here's C major. -2 + 2. And what we're gonna do is, watch this, we're gonna drop the 2. You guys have been following me, you know what a drop 2 chord is. So we're gonna drop the 2. So this E is gonna go down here, move the E down here. And last but not least, move the C to the top. And that's the chord. This is the chord we're gonna focus on the entire video. All right, so let's do a quick review. C major, -2 + 2, and then what did I say? Drop the 2. So here's the second highest note. I'm gonna drop it down here. And last but not least, since I want this C to be at the top. So there we go. So this is the C chord. It's like a C9. But without that, you get this French chord, E-7, flat 5, flat 13. But anyway, so we have C. We can move the F up here. And the goal is for you guys to be able to play this in all 12 keys. So you start with C, you can go to F, move it to B flat, E flat. Now listen, if you don't know this chord or I don't want to say you're too lazy, but you don't have time to figure this movement out in all 12 keys, I'm going to include this in our free club. So you'll have a download here to be able to follow all of the different chords in all 12 keys. So it's kind of like a shortcut, all right? And that also includes the play along tracks that we're gonna play in this video. So I'm gonna include like 3 different tracks for you guys. So anyway, here's my C chord, F, B flat. I want you to be quick, E flat, A flat, C sharp, F sharp, B, E, A, D, G, C. That G was a little funny there. All right, and I'm also gonna do a few little tritones by themselves too. So we'll save that for level 3. All right, so now level 1, we're gonna do C, and then we're gonna do it in F, and then lastly, we're gonna do it in the key of G. So let's jump in and let's do those 3 chords. now let's take this up a notch. So we did this in the key of C, we did it in F, and then we did it in the key of G. Now I'm going to show you guys how to move it chromatically and how to make this work. So the key is, remember, to learn this chord in all 12 keys. So if I can move this up a half step, up a half step, up another half step. Now watch this. Let's say we skip E, all right, and then we go straight to F, and then take this up a half step, half step, half step. So we started with C, up, up, up. Now skip E and then start with F. Now I don't know if y'all heard it, but listen to this. Now it sounds like we're playing in the key of A flat. You know, some nice jazzy, bluesy gospel, right? Now watch this. C, C sharp, D, E flat, F, up, up, up. So that's the first way I learned how to use this chord. And you know the preacher, oh, oh. So that's how I first learned how to use this chord. So anyway, I really want you guys to be able to move this chord to different keys. So we're gonna go and take this up a notch, and I'm gonna show you how to move this around chromatically. So let's go into our second example. That was level 2. And then you guys can see we moved it up to F, up to G, back down to F, and we kept moving down half steps until we got back to C. Now that bass line was serious. And again, I'm going to include this track and of course the PDF in the free download. But that bass line was super creative because we were playing some 2-5-1s. And I don't want to get too deep because I know we have some absolute beginners and some beginners, but for my intermediate and my advanced musicians, let's go on and go to step 3 or level 3 where we really want to take things up a notch. So again, here in level 3 is where things get really interesting because we're going to incorporate some 2-5-1 movements. And some of you guys who've been following me, you remember my MIT video, and some other videos that are absolutely free on this YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe if you're new here. I love you guys so much, and we're here every Monday. And if you'd like, you can give me a thumbs up and feel free to comment below. I love positive feedback, and I love your encouragement as well, because it gives me a gauge on what I can do to improve, or if you just want me to continue videos like this. So with that being said and done, let's jump into this level 3. And as you can see, here is my C. This is the C that we've talked about. So let's do a quick review. C major, -2, +2. And then what did I say? Drop the 2. So here's the second highest note. I'm gonna drop it down here. And last but not least, since I want this C to be at the top, so there we go. So this is the C chord. It's like a C9. But without that, you get this French chord, E-7, flat 5, flat 13. But anyway, this gets us to level 3. So what we did was we went to a 1 chord in the key of C, to a F, and then we went back to the C. And then we went to the 5, and then we moved back to the 4. Now, I want you to listen to the bass line. This is where things get super interesting. And again, you can download these play-along tracks. They're included free in the free club. I mean, literally, everything in this video lesson, last week's video lesson, last year's video lesson, year before that, all this stuff is free in the free club. So just register. So watch this. We're gonna do a 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. This is where you get kind of churchy. Watch this. 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. 1, Now, if I put the bass on this, you get an E9 and then 6. Woo, that A7, flat 9, flat 5, flat 13. This is crazy. But anyway, this is my E flat chord. So this is over the 6. And then 2, take this chord down a half step. So we're at a D9. Now watch this. Over G. Oh, yeah. Now, the cool thing about this, I'm joking around. Now we're gonna play with tritones with just the left hand. So I want you to get used to doing these different types of tritones with just the left hand. You gotta be quick. Now watch this. Let's say I'm doing this, and then I can do like a little lick. Take it down a half step. I'm trying to do that. Y'all remember that? I did a free video on that too. I'll include links at the bottom to show you how to do different jazz licks. So I started here. Take this down a half step. Now, then we're gonna go to that E. And then we're gonna go to the G. I'm sorry, the A. And then to the D. Just taking this chord down half step, half step. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to use this movement. And honestly, you know what? I might even take it up a notch and put in some jazz, gospel nuances that you could use literally by next Sunday. By the time you get to church, you should be able to play this. All right? So let's jump into that example. I told y'all we're gonna get crazy with this, right? So now let me break down exactly my thought process when I did that. So of course you all know this is the C, and then we went to the F, and then we went to the G. Now this is where things are about to get interesting. We went back to the F, and then watch this. You remember this? This chord over E, and then go to your A. Take it down a half step. Now watch this. Tritone. Keep this chord right here with your right hand. Take it down a half step with the left hand. Woo! And then watch this. Woo! And then back to the C. Now let me explain what are we doing. Remember 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Here's the 3 to the A, 6. Now, here we go. 2. I kept, instead of coming down to that D, I kept the E flat up here at the top, this chord. Woo! Now watch this. I'm going to start with a C and then work my way up. This is a C major, second inversion. This is another tritone. Here's the tritone right here. So normally, what would I have done right there? I would have played, I would have had this over that 5. But instead of playing this, what did I do? I did this. So I work my way up to that E flat. And that goes over the G. So you get a G7, sharp 9, flat 5. That ain't a flat 5, that's a sharp 5. So let's talk this through one more time. So I did a C, F, back to C, to the G, F, and then here we go. 3, 6, 2, 5. Oh, to the 1. Now Now, you all know these chords I use in the MIT chord, and that's my churchy. I think I did a churchy series here. But you all know I love you so much, and I'll put a link here if you want to check that churchy MIT, because it goes through in depth of some more advanced, what do you call it? Advanced tritones, I guess you would say. But again, you all know I love you so much, and I always want to keep you encouraged to know that today is a new day, a new life, and a new opportunity for you to become a better you. Again, you can click on that MIT video here and check out how to be able to use this in a churchy setting. See you guys next Monday.